Welcome to this Post-UTME video. Now, I want to give you 10 questions when they always repeat. Now, the first question is pay attention because I'm going to break everything down and show you a shortcut to carry down. Now, this question says a force of 20 Newton is applied to push a box across the floor if the box moves 5 meters in the direction of the force. Pay attention there. In the direction of the force, what is the work done? Now, say as I want make you do physics question. As you read the question finish, no overthink. Just bring out those things where they give. They call them parameters. Just say solution. Given that, what you know say they give. The first one we see their force equal to 20 Newton. You don't finish with that one. Check again. What did they give? They mention if the box moves 5 meters. Anytime I carry I see 5 meters. Waiting the measure for meters. Now distance. So you see say distance. Now 5. Now they give. In the direction of the force. Because say what is the work done? Work done, now they say make it fine. They don't give us. But we know say you get formula where we know when we do work, energy, and power. Now under work, energy, and power, now you go fit get this kind of question. I don't tell you the topic. The formula now work equal to force times distance cos theta. I don't see this particular formula before. You know, go tell me say you never see them. Now, how you go take use them? I want to show you when you go need this particular formula and when you go need to use just W equal to force times distance. Make you know for stress yourself. This theta here stand for angle. This theta we see here now for angle. So if maybe inside the equation they give angle like 20 degrees, 10 degrees, 5 degrees, 15 degrees, any degrees, 30 degrees, any degree where you just give, just know say they don't give this particular angle. So waiting you can use your calculator check now. Waiting with the cos, the cosine of that particular angle cos 30. If not 30, they give all cos 50. If not 50, they give. Now you go use calculator check this one. You understand? They grab it at the top. But if you don't see angle for this particular place, and you can see the question can say this particular object will be the box, they move in the same direction of the force. If the force they move like this and the object they move in the same direction with the force, it means say angle no day. So if angle no day, it means say the theta now na 0, theta na 0 because they don't give us angle. And of course, if you can use this one now, force na 20 times distance na 5 times cos theta na 0 because they don't give us any angle. If you check your quadrant, make you know you go that side. If you get calculator cos 0 na 1. So if you multiply 20 by 5, it will give you 100. 100 times cos 0 maybe 1. Is it saying 100? Then the answer. W now could be equal to 100 joules. I see you will take your answer. But anytime you don't read the question shortcut because you don't get time to do all this thing. You don't read the question, you say the object there in the same direction with the force, and they don't give you anything like angle. When they say maybe find work done, just check, use this formula, use force where they give, multiply by the distance, you can just get the answer immediately. I'll say this one enter well. That make you check the second question. Now, this question from heat energy. The question says a current of 2 ampere flows through a 10 ohm resistor for 5 minutes. What is the heat energy produced? If you don't see heat energy produced, you're going to say that from heat energy the question come from. You're not going to need to think plenty. There's some question to know, go fit tell you where the question come from. So that's why you need to study all the question. Make I show you. Study all the topics. Make you know where the question they come from. I'll show you how to solve this one. Now, bring out the parameters first. Remember, I don't teach you that one. The first thing we will come your mind now to say given current I. Let me the symbol for current. They say now 2. 2 waiting. This thing na ampere. See, I'm ampere. Ampere na the SI unit of this particular current. So they use the abbreviation of ampere, will be that capital letter A. I think don't learn that one now. Don't forget. Flows through a 10 ohm. This symbol na ohm. Ohm na the symbol for resistor. Na the unit for resistor. SI unit for resistor na ohm. And ohm now, they use this particular thing to represent them. So, as you don't learn that one now, make you write them down. Resistor say na 10 ohm. Wetin again? For 5 minutes, na time, na im be that 5 minutes. So now the area where students dey fail for this kind of question, where dem dey fail well well, na dey forget to convert this particular time wey be minutes to seconds. Na there wey dey make dem fail well well. Me as an expert now, as I see 5 minutes, if I wan convert am to seconds, I go just say na 300 seconds because na expert wey I be. I don already understand how these things dey work. But if I wan break down how I take get this particular 300 seconds, wey I say 5 minutes go give you 300 seconds, simple thing. You know say 60 seconds na im dey give you 1 minute. Now we dey get 5 minutes. That means you go use 5 multiply by 60. Remember, 60 seconds na im dey give you 1 minute. And you wan convert this particular time wey be 5 minutes to seconds. So 60 seconds na im dey give you 1 minute. So 5 minutes means say you go use 5 multiply by 60. Anything give you, the answer go be in seconds. So you go say T now will be equal to 5 times 60 seconds. So 5 times 60 will give us 300 seconds. You see as I take do the conversion. They very, very simple. Even an hour wey dem give you, I go show you how to do am. Okay, the next thing, what is the heat energy? H na im be the symbol for heat energy. Now, the only formula wey I know I want make you just remember use for this particular one. Forget every other formula wey you know. Use this particular one, carry get this question. H equal to I squared RT. If you fit remember this guy, you go solve this question, you no go struggle. Now see, we don list out wetin dem give. I, you see am here, wey be the current. R, you see am here. T, wey be the time, you see am here. Then H, na im be the heat energy wey dey find. You see, that's simple. But if you no remember this guy, you no go fit do anything. After you don solve this one finish, no lose this mark o. Make I show you. Now H now will be equal to I, na wetin na 2. So they talk about 2 squared because of the square wey dey here, times R. The arrow wey dey give you na 10 times T. T no be the 5 minutes again. Na that one wey you convert wey be 300. Bring am here. Seconds. So H now will be equal to 2 squared. Now 2 times 2 will give you 4. Times, I don't already dey use dot for my times. Make I maintain am like that. Times 10 times 300. But remember, if you want to use times, maintain times throughout. 4 times 10 will give us 40. 40 times 300. Therefore, H will be equal to 40 times 300. 4 times 3 will give you 12. So now 1200. 1200. Or 12,000 rather. 12,000 will give you joules. The unit for this heat na joule. E clear, abi? Simple. So you see that I don't analyze. First thing I do na to bring out the parameter wey you don give. After I bring out the parameter, I find the formula wey connect everything. I carry everything, put inside the formula, follow am step by step, and I get the final answer. So which option na correct here? You just see na option A na correct for this particular one. That's why it's simple. That's why it's simple. So no just lose this particular math, as thousands of students go lose them because they go forget to convert and they go forget the formula to use. Now make I show you the next question where they always, in fact, the top 10, the most repeated question where they always they bring for Post-UTME. Make I show you the next one. This question now say a car accelerates uniformly from rest to a speed of 30 meters per second in 10 seconds. What distance does it cover during this time? So wetin dey find now na distance. Just write am down. Distance. Remember say na the parameters wey we dey bring now, given data. Na distance dey find. But apart from this distance wey dey find, wetin na wetin dem give. If you read through the question, you see say they say a car accelerates uniformly from rest. That means initial velocity, they no give us na 0. To a speed, that's initial speed, they no give us. Final speed, na be this one. If you use V as your final speed, 30 meters per second. In 10 seconds, so they don't give you time as 10 seconds. What is the distance covered? Now the distance we define. Now, plenty people will go, they use the SUVAT. Carry they solve this thing. This thing, if you take your time, but I will show you for this particular video. I will show you 2 methods, make you just decide which one you will use for exams. But for me, for shortcuts, why they always they help you, they bring. See what I want me to do. Remember, say, anytime they tell you, say, the acceleration, they're uniform. Anytime you just notice, say, the acceleration, they're uniform. Most times, this particular average speed, they work. What will be average speed? Average I define shortcut I will use for average. Average speed, now always initial speed, initial speed, initial, shall I spell and when? Initial speed plus final speed divided by 2. Now wetin average speed be that. Now wetin be the initial speed? Na im be this particular 0. 0 plus final speed, na im be this one will be 30 meter per second divided by 2. Everybody knows say 0 plus 30 na 30 divided by 2. This one will give you 15. 15 wetin? Speed, the unit na meters per second. But you see 15, you no see am. Some people go rush go take this particular one. You dey deceive yourself o. No try am o. Remember say no be average speed they say make you find. Na distance they say make you find. So how I want to find distance? Make I show you. You know say if you dey define speed, normally average speed na distance divided by time. But then since you dey find this particular distance wey be d, you go cross multiply this one. I dey show you step by step make you no make mistake. So it means say distance now go be equal to average speed times time. So wetin be this average speed? See am here, you get am as wetin? 15. So 15 times, wetin be the time? See am na 10. 10. Wetin this one will give you? Remember na distance dey find. 15 times 10, just carry 0 add to 15, it will give you 150. 150 wetin? Meters, na be the unit of distance. Option A. You see as that one sweet. So now you go decide whether you go choose this particular one wey go short and quick for you, or you go try use the equations of motion wey be the SUVAT wey I tell you about. How I want to try that one, make I clean this one. Now watch. You go use this formula first. V equal to U plus AT. Some people call it the first equation of motion. Now this particular V now be the final velocity or final speed. 30 equal to U na 0 plus A, you know am. So use and multiply by T will be 10. I will show you step by step. Now remember say 0 plus this particular, in fact, make am foreign. 30 equal to A times 10 will give us 10A. Remember say anything we add to 0 now that same thing. If you divide both sides by 10, divide both sides by 10, 10 and 10 will cancel. Therefore, this A acceleration will be equal to 30 divided by 10. If it's too big for me, I will just squash these zeros. 3 divided by 1 will be 3. What if the unit of acceleration? Meters per second square. See, say for physics, anytime you get your answer, you always put the units, even though no be wetin you define. Now, what you define? Now, distance, no be acceleration. So, which formula now we're going to use? We will carry this guy join. Now, this equation of motion, U equal to S will be distance, UT plus half AT squared. Now, wetin be your U? Remember now this guy, distance. Distance will be D. Some textbooks will use S for their distance. Now, S now will be distance equal to U na 0. So 0 times your T will be 10, will still be 0. Plus half of A, your A na 3, times your time will be 10, you go square am. So this one now, 0 times 10, don't go. How you want to finalize am? S now will be equal to half. This 3 don't dey there, times 3 times 10 squared na 100. If I multiply 3 by 100, it will give me 300. 300, half of 300 na 150, or 300 divided by 2. See am. S now will be equal to 3 times 100 na 300. So 1 times 300 na 300. 300 divided by 2 na 150 meters. So the first method and this particular method, which one will you like? And which one will go fast for you? Do the decision by yourself. Me, I come to save you. But if you don't reach this particular point, you never subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit them, and turn on the bell icon. Because I come here to help you make you pass your exam. Don't forget to share the video, go groups, make people follow or enjoy this one, pass the exam. Make them not go next year, go right time. Help their life. Me, I don't come out to. So it be. Please. So this one, now free fall question under gravity. The question say, a body of mass 5 kg. You know, say me, I like to bring out the parameter we don't give. The mass, they say na 5 kg. Is dropped. Pay attention to this word. I will come explain now. is dropped from a height of they say now 10 meters. Calculate the velocity. Calculate its velocity. So now V now, where they say make calculate, just before hitting the ground. So this V where they say make calculate, now be the final velocity. That means because of this word, I tell you I'm going to tell you something. But wait, I never want to rush there. Make I just run this one. The G, they say make you take this G, acceleration due to gravity as 10 meters per second squared. Now the unit for acceleration be this one. You don't get the option. Now, if you get this V as wetin in the find, wetin become be U, your U go be 0. Why U go be 0? Read the question. Now make I highlight this place, make you watch this place. A body of mass 5 kg is dropped from a height. That means anytime you see that word drop or free fall, drop, it means say the initial velocity, that object start from rest. An object will start from rest where they not tell you that velocity before it starts. That initial velocity, no mention now. It means say na 0. So they don't tell you about this initial velocity. Now why it is 0? Because you see drop, it means say the object starts from rest. And initial velocity na 0. The final velocity before that object reach ground, then they say make you find will be this particular V. Hope say clear. It clear B. How I want to take solver now? You go use that SUVAT. The other time I mentioned SUVAT, somebody asked me, what will be the meaning of this SUVAT? It's simple now. This S here they stand for distance. Make you know the expression na D always way physics go they use for distance. Sometimes they go use S for distance. U here na for initial velocity as I mentioned now. V here na for final velocity as I mentioned now. A here na for acceleration. T na for time. So what will be the formulas when they use under this particular SUVAT? They will give you this particular SO, S equal to UT plus half AT squared. You see say U and V don't they, or U don't they inside this particular one. They will give you this V equal to U plus, and then they arrange them as the number and equation 1, equation 2. No, so there, I just release the formula. The other one are V squared equal to U squared plus 2ES. Maybe say sometimes you go fit see this one as V squared equal to U squared plus 2GH. This acceleration now turn out to G as na free fall. So instead of use acceleration, when you say you drive car, the car can accelerate, you use the one for free fall will be the G because they go against gravity. This one na H height. This one na S distance. When they go linearly, na distance. When they go up, anything they go up or they come down, they consider height. So now why would they choose to use this particular one for this particular question? Now this one will use. You grab a B. You get one other one. Put that for comment section if you know that particular one. It is very simple. S equal to now U plus V over 2, or how that formula be, times T. Put that for comment section if you know. Now be the fourth one. Maybe the 2 use. So how I want to solve this question? We don't already finish the main thing we're supposed to. Now just to put the answer. Now this guy we define, and this one now we say now 0. These ones they don't give us, so make it easier finish the work. So V squared equal to your U now 0. 0 squared now still 0 plus 2 times G. Your G here now 10 times your H now 10. V squared now will be equal to, write 0 again, 0 plus 2 times 10 are 20, 20 times 10 are 200. And of course, you know 0 plus 200 now still the same thing as 200. If you define this particular V, you will take the square root of both sides. If you take the square root of V squared, you will still take the square root of 200. So square root, when you see square, 2 of them they cancel. What you go remain at V equal to, if you check the square root of 200, you will see 14.14, they go just they go. So if you just put them approximately to 2 places of decimal, 14.14. But then if you check the option, now just 14. So if you still keep them as 14 meters per second. Meters per second are the unit for this particular velocity we see for that place. I hope say the explanation be okay. I hope say you understand everything. Or you make me move over to number 5 question. We need to know the most important question, top 10 question we supposed know for this particular procedure when they repeat for physics, and what time they do for this particular one. Make we check the next one. Now this question say an object of mass 4 kg. Make we bring out what they don't give us here. Mass now 4 kg is moving at 5 meters per second. Meters per second na for speed. So if you use v as your speed and they say na 5 meters per second, what is its kinetic energy? Kinetic energy na im dey say make you find. Me, if I use here kinetic, before I go even think anything, I go first write the formula. Kinetic energy equal to half mv squared. You know, this particular kinetic energy, they always want to resemble momentum. You know, momentum get your formula mass times velocity. You say they almost resemble. The difference is way before you go even use the speed multiplied by the mass, you go need square. If you square the speed before you use and multiply the mass, now you go know say you don't talk about kinetic energy. Then the half will follow. Sure, you understand? So no plenty mistake where students they do, they fail this particular question, they mistake this momentum formula for kinetic energy. So just know the difference. Kinetic energy na half mv squared. Now, wetin be kinetic energy now? Half times your mass na 4 times your speed na 5. So you get 5. Don't forget to square them, because if you dey rush, can't put that 5, you know, can't square them. You can't do 4 times 5, give you 20. Half of 20 will give you 10. Sometimes we should say 10 go there among the option. But if you square them, you know, say 5 square means 5 times 5. So kinetic energy will be equal to half of 4 now 2. Half of 4 now 2. It means 1 times 4 now 4. 4 divided by 2 now 2. Times 5 squared means 5 times 5 will be 25. So 5 times 2 times 25 now 50. Therefore, kinetic energy will be equal to 50. What will be the unit of kinetic energy? As much as it's the same energy there inside, whether na potential energy, whether na kinetic energy, the unit na always joule. Just like work, we get the unit joule. Kinetic energy na joules. Potential energy na joules. I hope this one clear. You enjoy the video, Abi. Let's move to the next one. This formula, so I want to show you now, will help you. But then, instead of you to memorize or to cram all this formula, what they give you like this, sine 2 theta over g for range. If you talk about height, maximum height, u squared sine square theta over 2g. Then if you can't talk about the time, the total time, now it will be the 2u sine theta over g. Now, you see this formula, so I give you. The confusion where students get about the time, they don't know say get this particular time will be t equal to u sine theta over g. This particular na the time where the object go travel to reach the maximum height. See what I tell you, make you realize in our story. If a stone block here, you carry stone some, just stone, throw something up, map it like that. This marker, try and go up like this. This marker will take this parabolic curve and come reach this particular maximum height. So this time we take from this particular point where you throw to get to this particular height before you go to think of to go for. Now be this small t where you get here. Now be u sine theta over g. But if this particular thing, this particular stone, can't reach the maximum height, can't begin to go here. So it means say you don't get half here, you don't get half here. So now 2. That means 2 of this one 9 will be capital 2 times this t, 9 will be 2 multiplied by the whole thing. Will give you capital letter t. That means capital letter t is equal to 2t equal to 2u sine theta over g. That means the time we will take object to reach this maximum height, 9 be this u sine theta over g without 2 attached to that. The total time we carry from here run till you reach this particular place, 9 be 2u sine theta over g. Now that one where they say calculate the time of flight. If now the time we reach the maximum, they go tell you, say calculate the time it takes the object to reach the maximum height. Then go tell you, if they grab, this one they call the range. If you call range or distance, now the distance where that particular object travel from this particular point where you go down to this particular point. So from this point to this point, now be where they call the range. The height now will be this h, now be this particular one. The total height, total height where the object reach before it begin come down. Now be all this formula, but no cram everything. Carry the one we go for this particular question, carry run now. Which one be that? Now be this one. So they don't give us all these things. Yes, they don't give us 60 degrees here. Now be this particular angle theta. So make you write everything down for board and use and solve. Make you write them because you don't know the formula now. As you don't know the formula, how to use them, which one to use them, you need them. So theta now, they don't give you saying at 60 degrees. Waiting again. A stone is projected at an angle of 60 degrees to the horizontal with an initial velocity. They don't give you u, initial velocity of 15 meters per second. They write and bold. Calculate the time of flight. Capital letter T, now this is calculate. See the formula here. So it means T will be equal to 2 times your u. Your u now 15 times sine theta, your theta na 60 degrees, divided by g. G here na 10. They not give you here, but just put 10 as your g. If they not give you, use 10. Except they give you g, take g as 9.8 meters per second square. Now you go use 9.8. If they not give you, use 10. Especially if you're in Nigeria, they write this Post-UTME exams. Now, t now will be equal to 2 times 15 at 30. And if you multiply 30 by sine 60, it will give you about 0.866 approximately. Now, so you go. Divided by 10. So, if you remove this one, remove this 0. 0, 0 comes remain 3. 3 times 0.866 will give you approximately 2.6 seconds. The unit of time as seconds. That will be the final answer to this particular question. By now, you're supposed to subscribe to the YouTube channel as you want to watch the number 7 for this particular top 10 questions where you're supposed to understand for Post-UTME, where they repeat well for many schools. Suppose not hit subscribe, share this particular video, make others. Okay, make we see the 7th question. Now, number 7 question say, what is the effective resistance of the circuit shown below? See the circuit here. You see the first terminal, the second terminal. If you even make this terminal A, this one terminal B. See this first terminal get 1 resistor, 1 ohm resistor. You can connect to this 2 ohm resistor, can connect to this 1 ohm resistor, will be this terminal B. But you see another resistor way there in between, like for the middle. If I be you now, I will first solve this two because this one where they middle now can make this particular one. If you say this one no day, you could say this particular 3 resistor, then they in series, they in straight line series. If I hold this terminal A, B and stretch this line, you say all of them they straight. But because of this guy where they are, you don't break them. So it means that this one and this one are they in parallel. You go resolve this one first. So that you get single resistor will go there in series with this one. And so I they waste time for Post-UTME question. So what you can do? They don't give us option which one will correct. So resolve this one. 1 over, for resistor connected in parallel, you get formula. These two, then they in parallel. The formula for parallel connection. Now arrow parallel. Let me use this particular P for parallel for these two. Equal to 1 over arrow for this one. Make you just number and say yeah now arrow 1, arrow 2, arrow 4, arrow 3 here. So 1 over arrow 3 plus 1 over arrow 4. This is now 2 of them where they're in parallel. Now, what will be the values? 1 over arrow parallel will be equal to 1 over 2 of them are 2, 2 now. 2 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2. 1 over 2 now half. Oh. So you just imagine they ask you half plus half. Half orange, join them together. Should be now 1 full orange. So the answer here will be 1 ohm. Make you know they waste time for Post-UTME stuff. You go they find waiting, they find you. So half plus half will give you 1. If you saw one, use LCM, you still get the same answer. So it means say this particular circuit now, these two, they don't connect to give you only 1 ohms. So if I redraw this thing now, you will see say now only 1. If I redraw them, you will see say like this, you go there now. You know, say when I talk now, if I don't demonstrate them, people don't understand. See what you solve now. See the value now. Then this other one still there the way they did. This one, now this one. This one, now this 1 ohm we don't finally get now. This particular one, now this 1 ohm we never touch. This one is still 1 ohm. So say 3 of them are done there in series. So for serial connection now, because this one, if you get this arrow total, this one, even if you make over 1, if you flip this one, arrow P now will be equal to 1 ohms. Because 1 divided by 1 will still give you 1. 1 there. Some people will tick this one, they never finish. The total resistor for serial connection will be 1 ohms plus, that's arrow 1 plus this one plus arrow 2. 1 ohm plus 1 ohms plus 1 ohms. So this one will give you 3 now. 3 ohms. So 3 ohms, now the final answer. 3 ohms is the same thing as 3.0. Option B. So that's simple. Learn how to break these things down. It will help you. For exams now, just use I. Connect this one there for in series, in parallel. Work on this one, finish. the single one, just add them together because they're in series. You don't get your answer, you don't move much. You don't ready for number 8. I hope you don't subscribe. Maybe we see number 8 now. This question say the resistance of a series ROC, pay attention to this one, series, not parallel, series ROC circuit is 5 weighting ohms. That's the resistance, now be this 5 ohms. If the impedance, pay attention to that one, of the circuit is 13 ohms, calculate the reactance of capacitor. They don't give you options here. Now, see formulas I want make you understand when you talk about impedance. We get impedance for ROC circuit, impedance for ROC circuit. We get impedance for ROL circuit. We get impedance for ROLC circuit. The formula for this particular one, impedance for ROC circuit, now impedance Z squared equal to RO squared plus X sub C squared. Or if you get them as Z equal to the square root of everybody, we're there. For ROL circuit, now Z squared equal to RO squared plus X sub L squared. Because this one are the reactance in capacitor, just like reactance of the capacitor. This one are reactance of the inductor. L here stands for inductor. This ROLC circuit, the impedance for ROLC circuit, now RO squared plus XL minus XC all squared. This one I be the impedance for ROLC circuit. We have this one now inductance, or the column reactance X itself, only X now reactance it be reactance of the inductor, reactance of the capacitor. You go this subtractor. I don't want to plot the graph, carry show you how they take prove this, where they prove all of them normally. But don't be what they do. Now, you see, say they don't mention ROC. So you just imagine say you don't know say formulas like this, you go do mistake. You even now there with the failure can start. You understand? So now the first one I go pick. Make we clean the second one and the third one since we need to use them. Now, what is the concept make you find inside the second one? The first one we don't pick. They say make you find the reactance of the capacitor. Will be this guy. If you find this guy, now you go make and stand alone now. Now just to remove this guy way there close to him, go this side. Make only X sub C squared remain. Then if this one come here, it means say they get Z squared minus RO squared. See you I want make it day around this place. So this one will shift small, make it enter. You sabi those change of subject formula now. Maybe that one will tell you for this place now. I will live for you. Also don't like this video, share. Okay. Now, how I want to get this answer? Carry the value for this guy and this guy put inside. See now, resistance 9 be this 5. This one will be impedance 9b 13. This Z now the symbol for impedance in case you don't know. 13 squared minus 5 squared. If you don't know by this time, say 13 squared means 13 times 13 will be 169. Let me say we will need to visit your times table. Maybe that one will come to help you here. 169 minus 5 squared and 5 times 5 then be 25. So X sub C squared will equal to 169, come out 25 inside 169, should be now 144, you will get there. So if you take square root of both sides now, if you want to get this X sub C, we define, it will be reactance of the capacitor. S of C, because this square will cancel square root, will be equal to the square root of 144, now 12. 12 waiting, the unit of this guy, now still ohms. Even if na XL, where they find na ohms. As far as reactance, they inside, your unit will be ohms. Even if na impedance they find, your unit will be ohms. This one clear, be no clear. Plenty things there to work under this part. This question come under AC circuit, fundamentals of the AC circuit, alternating current circuit. You need to go learn that topic too. It will help you because plenty things there. RMS value for current voltage, plenty things there. Resonance, na RLC circuit, day. You don't learn abi, make we move to the number 9 question. And I hope say you don't already done they share this video and they subscribe already. Oh yeah, next one. Now make you know allow question for AC circuit shock you and make you know scare you because this particular one is supposed to take us less than 20 seconds, but I want to explain everything for you. It says calculate the average power dissipated in an AC circuit with an RMS current of, they don't give you something, we go write down. RMS current They don't give us the value as 5 ampere. They still give us RMS voltage. RMS voltage as 10 volts. And phase angle. Phase angle, some textbook, if it teach you, make you use theta as your phase angle, or some go say make you use phi as your phase angle. Phi as your phase angle. The value na 60 degrees. And people will say, what will be the spelling of phi? Na PHI. Phi. A symbol for physics, you need to know. Now, anytime when you carry here, you hear power in AC circuit, power in AC circuit, just know this particular formula. Power in AC circuit, they give us the RMS current times the RMS voltage cos phi. If not phi, choose to use or theta. You don't see this one for textbook before. If you never see them, an opportunity to be this. If you don't see them before, this formula is supposed to carry user. Now, look, you pack everything, put inside. Wait till your I. Your I nine be this particular 5. 5 times your V na 10 times cosine phi na 60 degrees. If you never know up to this time that cosine 60 degrees na half or 0.5, then you get long way to go. Cos 60 or cosine 60 na 0.5 or half 1/2. So now you see say 5 times 10 na 50. So 50 times half, that's half of 50 at 25 now. Or 50 times 0.5, that's still 25. So your power now P will be equal to 25. What will be the unit of power? Now watt. So which option correct? Option C. It clear, Abi? If you enjoyed the video, we can move to the last question, video number 10. By this time, make sure you consider to share, subscribe if you never subscribe, and like this particular video, so that we feel they do more for physics, more of chemistry, more on mathematics, more on the subject where you want. I will like for you. Okay, maybe see the last question. If you reach this particular last question, congratulations. You may say you get patient, you really want to pass this, and you will pass in Jesus' name. Put for comment section, amen. So I don't talk amen for you, even if you don't want to talk amen. The last question say a current, this one come from magnetism. How I want to take no? See I'm here. Even if you don't understand from any other place, I mean I go know I'm from magnetism where they call inside. But if I say come from electromagnetic field, you go confused. If I say vector field, you go confused. Let me call them electromagnetic field from magnetism. A current of 5 ampere passes through a straight wire in a uniform magnetic field of flux density. Make you use B as our flux density, then give us 2.0 times 10 to the power of minus 3 T. This T means Tesla. That be the unit for magnetic flux density. Some textbook, 1 Tesla will figure you about. Is it Weber per meter square? Put on comment if you correct. If you know what they talk about too. If you get this unit of this flux density as Weber per meter squared. Confirm if now Weber per meter or Weber per meter squared now equivalent to 1 Tesla. My information I just give you, I know find trouble. So now be this B. Waiting again where they give current I will be equal to 5 ampere where they give you. Calculate the force. They say we calculate force. Not only force per unit length. See I'm here. F/L. Now they say we calculate exerted on the wire that when it is inclined at an angle. That means angle, they don't give you angle 30 degrees to the field. Now get some times where the angle, if the angle na 0 degree, it means say if the angle na 0 degrees, it means say the force will be 0. But you don't get anything you want to do when you get sine 0, maybe 0 multiplied by B, multiplied by I, everything will turn to 0. So that means if the angle na 0, if the angle is perpendicular, when we say perpendicular, it means to the right angle, maybe 90 degrees. You go come check sine 90. What if it's sine 90? It will give you information. What if you get the angle to be in the opposite direction or in the same direction with the motion? You go know about the Fleming's left-hand rule, right-hand. You're supposed to get all this information because now you don't read the learn this place. I don't want to bug you. Make you treat that one for another topic or another video where you will get time, learn and well. Let me know for comment section if you get interest so that I will teach you those things. But you need to know and make pass. I don't go like give you So now we don't give you all this information. How I want to find the final answer. See the formula. When you talk about F, the force carrying current conductor, or man, don't just even mention those ones because myself, I don't even tire for this particular one. L sine theta. And the formula we use. So now, you see, say they make find force per length. Force per length divided both side by L, divided both side by L, now you get this one. No? So as you cancel L and this one, now B I sine theta will remain. See what I thought in case if you confused. As you get F equal to B I L sine theta. If you divide both side by L, divide both side by L, L and L will cancel. This one, now be this one. Waiting will remain BI sine theta, now be this one. I hope it's clear. I don't want anybody confused. So now this guy will define. But remember, say force, the unit now Newton. Length, the unit now meters. So you get the unit when you don't get the final answer as Newton per meters or Newton per meter like this. Forget to write the options. So now, this force per unit length, B, now be the flux density, magnetic flux density. See the value, 2.0 times 10 to the power of negative 3 times the current, now be the 5 ampere, 5 times sine of the angle where they give you. The angle now 30 degrees, sine 30 degrees. So make we calculate this particular one. Find sine 30 degrees. Now follow do them together. 2.0 times 10 to the power of, if you get the answer, talk and for comment section, negative 3 times 5 times sine 30 degrees. I put everything directly, which I get now 5 times 10 to the power of negative 3. If I want them in decimal, 0.005 Newton per meter. Confirm if now waiting you get. If you're now in standard form, 5 times 10 to the power of negative 3 Newton per meter is still correct. After all, they don't give us any option here, or they give us the right output. I hope say you don't enjoy this particular video from the starting point to this particular one. If you need the part 2 of this particular Post-UTME top 10 question within the like bring repeated question, let me know for comment section. If you need for another subject, let me know. Anything we want, just talk for comment section and then I will communicate with you. If you want to join our exclusive class, we will put out information online very soon. We will see. It's registration done there on. Join us immediately. Make you prepare once and for all. Don't follow people where fail last year. They write this year. If you follow them, you will see yourself now too. You won't go right next year. Don't allow those kind of mistakes to happen to you. Thank you so much as you don't watch this video reach this particular stage. Until next time, I will see you. My name is Instructor Alison. I teach math and science of Pidgin English. And I love you.